Let's talk about what I exactly do if I decide to manifest something super fast, let's say in less than 24 hours. Welcome to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. My name is Jeanine Hurd. I am so excited that you found this podcast or that you're tuning in to another episode. This podcast is all about manifestation, big money, energetics, spirituality, how it's all connected, and most importantly, how you can increase your bank account right now. So let's dive in today's episode. Beautiful souls, welcome back to the Money Lovers podcast. I thought, let's talk about what I exactly do if there's something I desire that is time sensitive and I want to have it as fast as possible. First of all, I don't play with time unless it's truly important. Like, I'm not saying to the universe, oh, today I have to have my Rolls Royce. I have to have everything by today. Because unless it's time sensitive, I don't give it a time constraint. For me, it's fine. I'm going to be fine if I have my Rolls Royce today, by the end of the month, or by the end of the year. So this is the first part. Only use today or any construct of time unless it is truly important. And very often you already see that time is really coming from an ego perspective. Like, it has to happen now. It has to happen this week. It has to happen this month. And I've learned this very early in the beginning, because in the traditional 3D business world, $1 million is only counted if it happened between the January 1st and December 31st. But for instance, my first $1 million that happened in 12 months was not from January till December, but it was, I think, from like September to September. Can you see theoretically that wouldn't count? But for me, it counted because it was $1 million in 12 months. So very often we've put this time construct around something, and now it's like valid or not based on the time in which it happened. And I think this is complete BS. You also see this, people having monthly goal. Not even like a goal that happens from the 1st till the 30th. If this would happen now from the 15th of a month to the 15th, which is the same time period of 30 days, but it's not in the exact or the proper time format or time counting format, it wouldn't be valid. And think about this. How ridiculously is this? You make $1 million, but it's not considered $1 million month because it didn't happen from the 1st till the 30th or 31st, but it happened from the 15th of the 15th, which is also 30 days. Can you see it doesn't make any sense? So pay attention to this. The other part I do is really in the morning, I connect myself to this goal. I see it, I visualize it in front of my inner eye. And I always really put my hand on my heart and to feel this, like to breathe this in, that the money's here, the client's here, whatever it is, the apartment, the house, whatever I'm manifesting that is time sensitive. I really see it as done and feel this. And I ask myself in this meditative state of mind, okay, I'm having this thing now I wanted to have. What's next? How would I spend the day? And that for me is very often always celebration, out in nature, having a good time. But for sure, 99.9% of the time, it's not like, oh, I'm in front of my computer posting on social media all the time. This is one of the reasons people ask me, like, why are you not so present anymore on social media compared to a long time ago? Because I've asked myself, Jeanine, who does $150 million a year, how much time is she spending on social media? How much is her team spending? Like, how much content is she putting out? And the answers varied a lot to Jeanine that only makes a couple millions a year. And this is something I've always asked myself. If I wouldn't know anything about the thing. For instance, if I wouldn't be knowing anything about social media, if I wouldn't be knowing anything about making money, if I wouldn't know anything about business, what would I do? And again, 99.9% of the time, all of the things I learned I had to do, I wouldn't do. So I stopped doing them. That's why I run my business the way I run it. It's based on my intuition. It's how I see the world. It's or what I believe is true and how you can run a business. And that's what I'm doing. Next is really, like I said, most of the time, if the wish is fulfilled, I'm celebrating, I'm doing something. So I'm getting already a dinner reservation. I'm celebrating already all day, and I hold this frequency. The other part I do, if it's in a business context, like let's say I want to sell out a program, it's very important to me. And also again with like programs, is it very important how many people are signing up? If it's like 50, if it's 100. For instance, I don't put pressure on my signups because I believe in alignment. If someone's ready, they're ready to jump. Also something that has changed a lot in my world. I don't use any sales techniques, any scarcity. If you're ready, you're ready. If you're not ready, you're not ready. I'm not pushing you because this is your life. If you feel like waiting, you wait. If you feel like I'm ready, I'm all in, you go. We're all on different timelines. The thing is though, I've just realized for myself, almost from the beginning, I love fast and big. Like I love manifesting things fast. I don't like to wait. If there's something I'm interested in, I'm all in. I want to accomplish it now. I want to master it now. I don't want to wait. For myself, I don't have a pleasure in waiting. And again, this is something I clearly can see in my birth chart. And that's why also, like, people ask me very often, like, why was it possible that you've manifested so much money in such a short period of time? First of all, I clearly can see this in my chart. I'm made for fast and I've acted on this. But it doesn't mean that you have to have this constellation in your birth chart again. It will happen for you. Anything will happen fast if you find this out and find your unique path and act on it. For instance, my husband, Edward, he's a polar opposite. In his chart, it's all about slowing down, very slow. I always call him the turtle. In my eyes, he's a turtle. He moves in turtle pace, and he is super successful in that. Can you see? It is not about being fast because we would think like, oh, you gotta be fast to receive results fast. No, it is really about understanding your chart, what you're bringing to the table, staying in your own lane, and you're becoming widely successful beyond your wildest dreams. And this is really all what we're doing in the Unique program. I think it's a masterpiece. This is something I wish school would teach you. This is something even I wish mothers, parents would know the moment they receive a child. Because I deeply believe our parenthood would change so much if we actually understand children better in their uniqueness, and then we can support them. So the next part I am doing, if this is something in a business context related, my goal, I always asked God, what would you have me do? What would you have me say? And I act on that, and that's what I do. And this is how I manifested. I don't even know how many things, thousands of things in less than 24 hours. This is my technique. This is what I use. This is what I do. And this works so well for me because my heart is wide open. My connection to my subconscious is super strong. And this is a work I've done in all the years. This is a work we're doing in She Loves, opening up your heart, your connection to your subconscious. So when you're asking yourself those questions, you receive your answers, you act on it, you trust, and you receive the results fast. And sometimes we think, okay, now it's only this technique. Yes, it's only this technique I use. However, it works because of the work I've done before of cleaning my field, of having such strong and open heart to feel so much. I hope this helps you. If you haven't signed up for Unique, do it. It's life-changing. yeah, I just want to leave it there. It's life-changing to fully understand who you are, what you're bringing to the table, what your gifts are, how to monetize them, and ideally build a business around that. I love you. You've got this. I talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast Manifesting Big Money Fast. I've got 3 very important announcements for you. First, if you like what you're listening, make sure you leave some gratitude, leave a review, share the podcast. Second, if you love what you're listening to and you want more of that, there is a VIP version available. That means you will have access to 3 podcast episodes every single week. Simply check out the store, courses.richandhappiness.com, or the link in the show notes. And lastly, there are always monthly money activations happening around the new moon and full moon. If that is something you're interested, check out the store for the next money activation. I love you and I can't wait to see your beautiful face soon again.